Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood Midnighter, and I am going to talk to you today. This is a Wacky Wednesday video. I'm going to be talking to you today. What? Anyways, I'm going to be talking to you today about the Panther of Fredericksburg. That's right, the Pink Panther guy who went out in a Pink Panther costume. Like, what? Why? Anyways, let's get right into this, shall we? I want you to sit down and get yourself a snack, because this is wacky stuff that is going to be not inspired, but going to be, and right after this video is going up, I'm going to take it right down within 90 hours. So make sure you watch. If you were scrolling around through TikTok around mid-May, you would have seen a bizarre clip filmed in Fredericksburg, Virginia. That's a mouthful, to say the least. A local realtor named Russ Ray, wow, that just rolls off the tongue, pulled his car over on Lafayette Boulevard to film something completely surreal. A person walking down the side of the highway in a full bright pink furry mascot suit, which is Pink Panther suit. He posted it with a caption saying, "What's going on, Fredericksburg?" Within days, it had over 1.5 million, yes, million with a M, views. People in the comments were laughing, making jokes, and assuming it was a lost cosplayer, a radio stunt, or perhaps just a typical internet clout chasing. But the punchline never came, because while the internet was laughing, local parents were living through a nightmare. That costume wasn't a joke. It was a disguise for a predator actively hunting children in broad daylight. Now, let me pause here, family, and say, do this and you'll be going straight to jail. This is not a joke. You don't go out there in a Pink Panther costume, or any costume, clown or whatever, and simply think it's okay to, kidnap or kill or whatever. It's just not okay. And you will not get away with it. To understand how this happened, we have to look at the geography, I can't say that word, I'm sorry, the Lafayette Boulevard corridor, specifically near the old Greenwich and Old Greenwich Drive area. It's a busy multi-lane roadway lined with local businesses, residential neighborhood, and a Family Dollar on Thursday, May 14th at around 4:30 p.m. This area was bustling, I can't read, people, with regular afternoon traffic. Commuters, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Commuters, and most importantly, elementary school buses dropping off kids off after school. Dropping kids off after school. According to the Facebook posting that were there, from terrified parents and official statements from Fredericksburg Police Department, this individual didn't just appear out of nowhere. He was pacing the corridor. A local parent later shared that the figure stood across from the highway near the Lafayette and Longstreet Avenue, staring down a young boy in an older neighborhood. He began walking toward the Family Dollar, but the moment he spotted the kids, he turned around and walked back, tracking them from across the street. The heavy traffic on Lafayette Boulevard was acting like a barrier, keeping him on the other side of the road. But he was just waiting for the right moment, and that moment arrived when the school bus pulled up. When the school bus arrived to drop off more kids, it did what school buses do. It extended its stop sign, and traffic in both directions came to a halt. For the kids getting off the bus, it was just the start of a normal afternoon. But for the suspect, the stopped traffic gave him the perfect opportunity to cross the highway entirely unnoticed by distracted drivers. The moment the bus pulled away, the traffic started moving again. The situation escalated from bizarre to terrifying. The individual crossed the street and began actively chasing four children. Among them were a sister, her younger sibling, who was the slowest of the group, according to eyewitnesses and family statements. The suspect lunged and actually attempted to grab the little girl. In a moment of pure instinct and bravery, her older sister grabbed her and pulled her away, breaking his grasp. Just as this happened, a passing car drove by close to them, seemingly startling the suspect, realizing he had lost the element of surprise and was out in the open. The figure turned and ran, vanishing into the nearby woods. The parents drove around desperately looking for him, asking neighbors, but it was as if he was, well, completely evaporated. As the Fredericksburg Police Department flooded the Lafayette corridor with patrols and E911 investigators, started pulling security footage, and I guess the E means electric, huh? Or whatever. Leave a comment down below and tell me what that means, please. Started pulling security footage. A timeline began to emerge. It turned out that this wasn't the suspect's only stop that afternoon. Earlier, the individual actually walked into a local convenience store in a full costume. I'm starting to see a pattern here. The store manager recounted the interaction, stating the figure walked in straight into the store, completely masked, and wandered over to the wine section. Both the manager and customers immediately told him he had to take the mask off, citing safety policy. The figure completely shut down. He didn't say a single word, refused to remove the mask, but eventually turned around and left the store. However, that close interaction provided crucial details because the store manager and the kids got a closer look. The suit, they noticed a physical defect. There was a visible tear near the eye hole of the mask. Through that tear, they could tell it was a man. Witnesses describe him as having a tanned complexion, visible face hair, like a beard or everything, probably stranding from here all the way over here, and carrying a small bag swinging from his neck, oddly over the pink suit. So, as I'm retelling this story, this is an actual news story that actually happened, people. And I'm retelling this story because this kind of thing needs to be out there, needs to be told, needs to be shared, needs to be awoken inside of parents saying, hey, this kind of thing can and does happen. I'm not saying this to try and frighten you. I'm saying it, family, to try and enlighten you so that you don't become a part of that. You don't have this happen to you. It is bizarre beyond compare, and that is why it's part of the Wacky Wednesday story, because it is beyond bizarre and everything. And as my series go on, Wacky Wednesday, I'm going to be bringing more stories like this to you. But this is a perfect for a start, if you ask me. So you have to realize, family, this is a Pink Panther suit, okay? And you know what a you know what the show Pink Panther was, right? And everything with the actual panther being a pink suit or being a pink thing. If not, go watch it. And then, come listen to my story again. Anyways, the small swinging bag hanging from his neck oddly over the pink suit. He had draped a red and black plaid shirt, finishing the look with a pair of cowboy boots. Now, family, I don't understand that when the full costume already comes with, fabric shoes and stuff like that already. Cowboy boots, that just does not match the look of Pink Panther. Anyways, it was a specific erratic outfit that suggested deliberate planning. In true crime fashion, we often look at the motives, the modus operandi, the method of operation. Why would a predator choose a bright, loud, unmistakable Pink Panther outfit costume? If they wanted to commit a crime, to an adult, it looks incredibly suspicious. But to a child, a mascot is a symbol of entertainment, safety, and fun. It's a psychological tactic known as weaponizing comfort. By wearing a cartoon character, a predator attempts to bypass a child's natural defense mechanism, stranger danger. A kid might run away from a strange man, yes, in a dark jacket, definitely, but they might hesitate, look, or even walk toward a cartoon character. Furthermore, it creates a perfect camouflage against the public. To passing drivers on Lafayette Boulevard, the guy in the pink suit looks like someone shooting a funny video, a mascot for a local business, or a harmless prank. It allows the predator to hide in plain sight. And family, that's exactly what we want to avoid, is having someone hide in plain sight. If you see something strange, that usually means it's strange. As long as... See, here's something that to be careful for. If you didn't call a clown at a birthday party and they come anyways, call 911. If you see something like a Pink Panther thing and you don't know what's happening or why, call 911. Alright? Like the old saying goes, if you see something, say something. Excuse me for a moment, I seem to lost my place. It allows the predator to hide in plain sight, standing near a bus stop without immediately triggering or an emergency call from a passing motorist. It was only because these local children trusted their instincts and ran that a major tragedy was evaded. Thank the stars, huh? Thank God. As of right now, the Fredericksburg Police Department is treating this incident, with massive urgency. Of course they should. They have plastered or posted flyers across businesses in the old Greenwich area, increased school bus route patrols, and are begging the public for dashboard camera footage and security clips from May 14th around 4:30 p.m. The internet jokes have completely stopped as the reality of what almost happened sinks in. This case is a terrifying reminder that doesn't always look threatening. Sometimes it wears a bright, familiar face. It's a testament to the fast actions of an older sister who protected her younger sibling when it mattered the most. If you live in Fredericksburg area, or if you have any information regarding to someone matching this description or owning this specific costume, police are urging you to call 540-373-3122. Again, 540-373-3122. You can also text anonymously tips to 847-411 with the keyword FPD tip. All one word. The first three letters are capital letters. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. How can communities build better protection around the bus stops from these kinds of daylight threats? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and family, stay aware of your surroundings out there, my friends and family, and stay safe out there. This has been Midnight Metaphor, saying I will see you in the next video, next live, the next whatever. And please, hold on to your family. Hold on to your kids. Teach your kids what it's like to have people out there who are like that. Teach your kids, the thing of if you don't know them, get away from them. All right? And I will talk to you later. Thank you for watching.